welcome to my YouTube channel Sonu's Life Science Biology for All. After completion of first chapter of biology class 12th, today in this video we will start the second chapter, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plants, and we will take the topic flower, its concept, its structure and types. Okay, start first of all with flower. As we all know, flower is a modified shoot that take part in sexual reproduction. It is the most beautiful and colorful part of the plant. So, more simply, we can say that the flower is the reproductive organ of a plant. Now, how does a shoot is change into flower? So, during maturation, the shoot apical meristem, you have studied in class 11 the meristematic tissue. So during maturation phase, means reproduction phase, the shoot apical meristems change into the floral meristem, and so that the stem modified into pedicel or peduncle, while leaves change into sepals, petals, androecium and gynoecium. Means during reproductive period, the shoot apical meristem that forms shoot, so it will change into floral meristem and start forming a flower. So that its normal shoot, it will change into flowers. So in the result, we can simply say that flower is also a modified shoot having specialized organs. Okay. Now the next is types of flowers. So there are two main types of flower. The first is bisexual or monoecious flower, and the second is unisexual or dioecious flower. One point may be noted here. Here we are studying the types of flower, not the plant, because type of plant they can be categorized in a different way. But here we are studying types of flower. So we are talking about only the flower, its types, not with plants. Plant can be unisexual or bisexual. So first is bisexual or monoecious flower. As the name indicates, bisexual means a flower having both the sex organ. So when a flower consists of both androecium as well as gynoecium, as you know, androecium is the male sex organ, while gynoecium, it is the female sex organ. So these kind of flowers having both the sex organ means stamen as well as carpels. So these flowers are bisexual, or other word is monoecious. The most common examples are mango, rose, China rose, tomato, peas and many others, etc. And the second type is unisexual or dioecious flower. So as the name indicates, unisexual, uni means one, or dioecious flower. So when a flower consists of only one type of sex organ, either male sex organ or female sex organ, means if when a flower consists of only androecium or only gynoecium, so these type of flower are known as unisexual or dioecious flowers. So these flowers can further be classified into two types: staminate or male flowers. As the name indicates, staminate means it contains stamens. So this is a male flower having only androecium, that is stamens. While the other flower, it can be female flower or pistillate. So such kind of flower consists of only gynoecium, means pistil or carpels. So these are unisexual flower. So these are two types of flowers, male and female separately. So example of these flowers are maize, cucurbits, date palm, papaya, vallisneria and many grasses, etc. Here you can see the diagram of a bisexual flower. Here you can see the diagram of a typical bisexual flower. You can see this flower consists of both the sex organ. This is androecium. The simply androecium is known as stamen, and this part is pistil, or you can say carpel, the female part. So this flower is a bisexual having androecium as well as gynoecium. So this is the example of bisexual flower. Now these are the unisexual flower. You can see both flower consist of different sex organ. You can see this is the male flower having only stamen, but here you can see this is the female flower having only pistil or carpel. So that these are unisexual flower. These flower are different, having different sex organ, male, female. Or you can also say this is the staminate flower and this is the pistillate flower. The next is structure of flower. So here we can take the typical bisexual flower. It consists of following parts like pedicel, thalamus, calyx, corolla, androcium and gynoecium. So first start with pedicel. It is a green colored stalk-like structure that hold a flower and connect it to the main stem or peduncle in the inflorescence, you can say. So this is the pedicel. Simply when you hold a flower with its stalk, so it will be the pedicel. So it is simply a flower stalk. Next is thalamus. It is a lowermost swollen organ mostly present below the carpel, means below the ovary, or covered the ovary in some cases. So it consists of food reserves that nourishes most floral organs. The next is calyx. Individually, a calyx is known as sepals. So these are the green colored and leaf-like organs present below the thalamus. It helps in photosynthesis, and during flower buds, it covers the whole flower bud. Next is corolla. Individually, corolla is known as petal. So this is the most beautiful and brightly colored leaf-like organs which help in photosynthesis, as some non-green pigments also helps in photosynthesis. And another function of corolla, it attract the pollinating agents like insects during pollination. So these are all the vegetative organs: pedicel, thalamus, calyx, corolla. So these are the vegetative, means somatic organs of a flower, because full flower is not the reproductive part. So these are the vegetative part, and the next two part, that is androcium and gynoecium, these are the reproductive part. So here you can see the reproductive part, androcium and gynoecium. So androcium is the male sex organs of a flower, and singly it is known as stamens, because all the stamens of a flower together known as androcium. So it has two main parts. You can see in the diagram, this is the structure of stamen. The upper lobe-like structure, it is anther, having different lobe connected by an organ, and the lower stalk-like structure, it is the filament. So basically it has two important parts, anther and filament. So this anther is very important part because it encloses a very large number of pollen grains, and pollen grains are the carrier of male gametes, means after dehiscence of anther, pollen release, and during germination each pollen forms male gamete, so that it is very important part. The next part is gynoecium. You can say it is a female reproductive organ of a flower, and singly it is known as pistil or carpel, means all the carpels of a flower, they forms pistil or gynoecium. So it has three main parts. You can see the upper disc shaped structure, it is stigma, and the middle stalk like, or you can say the cylindrical organ, style, and the lower basal swollen organ, it is ovary, and they have different function. The stigma, it is a receptive organs, and during pollination it receive pollen grains, and the middle part is style, it has a nourishing tissue, nutrient, and provide nutrient for the growth and extension of pollen tube. Means simply you can say when pollens grow on the stigma, they start forming pollen tube, and the style for they provide nutrients and way for the growth of pollen tube. And this is a lowermost organ known as ovary. This is very important part because ovary encloses one to many ovules. In some carpels, in some plants, the ovary consists of only single ovule. For example, in mango ovary, there is only a single ovule. But in other ovary like pomegranates, tomato, papaya, you can say there are many ovules. It depends on how many the number of seed in a fruits depend on number of ovules in it. You can study in details about in the next video. So these are the important parts of carpel: stigma, style, and ovary. I hope you understand and enjoy the video. Thank you.